If you are looking for more power in the 150cc segment, this bike might disappoint you. Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Prashant Banerjee and you're watching Automania. Today we are here at Shubham Yamaha to review the brand new offering from their showroom. It's none other than the all new FZX by Yamaha. Let's find out what this bike has to offer for Indian customer and what this bike provides for normal people. Before that, don't forget to like, comment and share the video with your friends and also subscribe to Automania. So let's start with the cinematic first. The new FZX from Yamaha shares its underpinning with her sister or sibling, the Yamaha FZS. It shares all the components from its former Street Fighter, the FZS. This is a new retro segment of bike provided by Yamaha. Let's see how this bike fares with the competition. Yamaha is targeting the retro segment below Royal Enfield 350, providing a perfect package of good affordability and drivability factor. So we have to see if this bike can come up to the competition. Well, this is the FZX, a surprise offering from Yamaha, while all of us were expecting the XSR series. Coming to looks, it looks different. The DRL is looking beautiful over here with single projector headlamps without any headlight cover. It looks different, it looks retro and neo styling. The tail lamp, as Yamaha say, is taken as an inspiration from that of RX100. But partly yes, this would be the tail lamp of RX100 if that bike would have launched today. Overall, this is very good offering from Yamaha. This is one of the first bike to make a new category, the neo retro category, and it looks good. Just look at the profile. What do you think about this bike? Let me know in the comment section down below. Coming to the engine, the Yamaha FZX is powered by the same 149cc fuel-injected air-cooled engine found on the FZS. It churns out 12.4 PS of max power and 13.3 Nm of max torque. It is mated to a 5-speed transmission. Yamaha could have tweaked the motor for a better bottom end and grunt to go with the retro character of the motorcycle. Interestingly, this engine makes out just 0.6 PS more than that of Bajaj Pulsar 125. So now, let's hear the exhaust note. There is a deep bassy sound, while I feel the connection with the FZX. Well, how was the exhaust note? Did you find any similarities with that of the FZS? Please let me know in the comment section down below. The alloy wheels are wrapped by block pattern tires. The rear tire comes with 140 section tire, whereas the front section tire comes with 100 section ones. These motorcycles comes to a halt by using a single channel ABS as standard. At 139 kgs, the FZX is 2 kg heavier than that of the FZS FI. It also gets a generous 165 mm of ground clearance. The front disc brakes are around 282 mm, whereas the rear disc brake stands at 220 mm. Coming to the features, the Yamaha FZX comes with an all LED headlamps and all LED tail lamps as well. It also gets full LED digital cluster, compatible with Yamaha Y-Connect application. This combo helps the rider access features such as call and SMS alerts, mileage details, last park location and malfunctioning alert. Overall, it's a great add-on to this package. However, there is no turn-by-turn navigation by Yamaha as of now. Other features include a USB charger port just below the instrument console. Yes, that's USB charger port. The place is really nice. You can just put one phone holder over here and get your phone charged through this. There is a single offset fuel tank cap and a tuck and roll single piece seat with upright handlebars. It also gets a single channel ABS and a side stand cut-off features. With the mix of the commuter, the retroness and the neo segment, this bike provides a different look. The bike is overall practical with all the bells and whistles of a modern bike. The hardware comprises of 41mm telescopic front forks and a 7-step preload adjustable rear monoshock. Coming to the fuel tank, the fuel capacity is around 10 liters and the seat height is around 810 mm. Mileage wise, there is nothing told officially, but what I do expect is it will be same as the FZS, which is around 40 to 48 km to a liter. Coming to the colors, the FZX comes with 3 colors, the metallic blue, the matte copper and the matte black. So which one would you like to get? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's talk about pricing. Well, this bike is priced around 1.2 lakh ex showroom Delhi, and with this attractive pricing and on-road price of around 1.4 lakhs, this is an attractive offering, and this neo retro feature of this bike is the first in the class. So I hope Yamaha would do well with this bike. Well, coming to pros and cons, you can see I am tiptoeing. My legs are not reaching properly because this bike is a bit on the higher side of 810mm of seat height. So if you are a short rider, that might cause some trouble for you. Overall, I feel the power is a bit less. Yamaha could have done better with a bit more power in this segment. This bike being a 150cc category bike, this bike should have offered at least 1 to 1.5 bhp more. Well, coming to pros, this bike offered extremely good neo retro feeling. The color looks good, the fit and finish looks fine. This digital console does offer so many features, guys. You have to make a separate video to find out about what kind of offerings are there from Yamaha in the digital segment. And then this bike, the way the bike looks, it looks different, it looks nice, it will be appealing to a certain amount of customers. But guys, when you take this bike on the road, I'm sure you will be the head turner. Tank might be looking smaller in the pictures, but when you see the bike in flesh, the tank is big, it feels good, it is full metal, the tank is metal, the tank is metal, the front fenders are metal. Overall, the fit and finish of the bike feels really nice, guys. So I would recommend you to go to a nearest Yamaha showroom and check out the FZX before getting any other bikes. What I mostly liked about this bike is there is no more plastics. Yes guys, Yamaha did take a step back to bring full metal bikes. The tank is metal, the fenders are metal. Overall, the fit and finish is perfect. It looks well built, it looks good. Most affordable retro bikes after the Yamaha FZX is the Royal Enfield Bullet 350. However, the Royal Enfield is priced quite a premium at 1.6 lakhs on-road Delhi. The main rivals for this bike would be the Apache RTR 164V, the Suzuki Gixxer, or you can also check out Aprilia Ace XR 125. But this neo retro feeling is the first in this class, which is offered only by Yamaha. Overall, a very good fit and finish bike. And when you decide to stop in a traffic light, this bike will make sure that people are looking around to find out which bike is this. So now coming to final verdict, should you go for Yamaha FZX? I feel a yes and a no. If you are looking for more power in the 150cc segment, this bike might disappoint you. But if power figure doesn't matter and all that matters to you is styling, then it's a big go from my side. This bike is a standout. This bike looks good. This bike looks stylish, guys. Trust me, this bike looks different compared to that likes of Pulsar or the other FZ or any other competition in the market. So before buying any other bikes, if you are staying in Durgapur, I would request you to come and visit Shubham Yamaha in Durgapur Station Bazaar. So guys, that's it for today's video. कैसा रहा आज का वीडियो? Was it informative enough? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and share the video with your friends and subscribe to Automania. Like I always say, wear your helmet when you're riding, wear your seatbelts while driving, and never drink and drive. This is Proshul Mananji. You are watching Automania. Signing off. Tada!